Hey guys, it's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we are going to be looking at a teamwork video. In this case, we've got myself, ElasticSpyder, Sneaky Snake, and Puddin597 all in a division. We are playing tier 8s, and I am in my Kutuzov, which I haven't played in so many years, it seems. I believe the last time I played this was probably back when competitive was in tier 8, and the I believe it was called Supremacy League. Back in those days, I was a Kutuzov main, and I also delved into some Chapayev as well, which is, I mean, the two ships are quite similar in their playstyle, but it's been a very long time since, one, I featured it, that ship on this channel, as well as myself playing it. So we're going to see a little bit of that here. And then now Sneaky Snake, he is playing in the Cossak. That is who you're seeing right now. And the Cossak, it's one of those ships that's, well, it's pretty new. A decent amount of people have it. They've either earned it through the getting the guineas. I don't exactly know how to pronounce that, but you guys should know what I'm talking about. Or you could purchase it outright. Or I guess purchase a lot of guineas. I don't know. I'm sorry. And then you could get this ship through the arsenal. So he's playing in that tier 8 British destroyer, which is a fantastic ship. I still have yet to play it, but I probably should get on that pretty soon here. And then Puddin597, he is playing in the Massachusetts, one of his favorite battleships in the game. Of course, besides something like the Iowa or the Montana, as well, you guys probably see a lot of Montana gameplay on the channel here. It's mainly from Puddin because he loves the American battleship line, because, well, it's a great line, and oddly enough, the Massachusetts is a little bit different than some of your more generic American battleships with its secondary armament, which we will see a little bit later in the replay. But for now, we're going to kind of stick with Sneaky Snake here, and there's a few things that I want to talk about, and I'm not going to try and spoil this for you, but there's going to be a few mistakes here, and I hope you guys will learn from some of these mistakes. For all three of us, by the way. It's not just one person. It's not just me making mistakes or Puddin making mistakes. It's all of us making mistakes throughout the replay, or just getting simply unlucky. So Sneaky ends up smoking here. Very nice play here. He already saw that the Cleveland uses radar, and oh boy, torpedoes. Can we torpedo beat this? Oh man, it doesn't look like we will. Oh, it looks like we will be able to those, but there's a second set coming, and we try to slow down, but we take it right on the nose for 10,000 damage. Looks like there's a Japanese destroyer on the enemy team that's lurking, and there he is, the Shiotsuyu PWP. He is in a pretty good clan, but it does appear that he is using reload booster rather than something like smoke. So that's good knowledge to know for the future, and I'll tell you what, this will come in handy in the future. So I'm not quite sure why this replay is kind of jittering and stopping like this. I don't think the other two recordings were. For some reason, when I recorded all these replays on the same day, but for some reason Sneaky's just did not record correctly. I don't know why, so I had to record it on a different day, but nonetheless, hopefully you won't be seeing too much of that jitter as much as possible, or as little as possible rather. So here we're gonna kind of be fighting this Friedrich, the new tier 6 German battleship. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I know I'll butcher it, but we're going to be farming him a little bit here, utilizing our smoke. And I don't know if you guys noticed there for a second, it's pretty minor thing, but as Sneaky was approaching that island, he was kind of slowing down, and it looked like he was just going to go right into the island. But I can actually see kind of his thought process there. He's looking at his smoke and seeing that it's going to be up, and seeing that he can farm this tier 6 German premium battleship, so he's going to slow down and wait for a smoke. Whereas a lot of players, and I think myself I would do this too, is I would just take a right behind that island, or maybe even take the more dangerous route and take a left, and potentially expose myself to a little bit more damage that's unnecessary. So actually a very small but very good play there by Sneaky, just to increase a little bit more of his damage. So I'm taking a little bit of fire here. This is me, of course, and I'm going to try and finish off this Cleveland. At the time I was thinking about going dark, but I saw this Cleveland be so low, and it looks like I was actually spotted by that enemy Shiratsuyu, so I'm going to end up smoking up. And I believe the Kutuzov has around a 7-kilometer smoke firing range, which is good for, well, maybe not so good for a light cruiser, but in general it's good enough in this situation where I don't have to worry about getting spotted. I believe it's actually 7.7. I'm looking on the mini-map here. So it's just good enough where I can utilize it and realize that the DD is not, let's say, on the F1 area. He's farther back, and he's probably rotating back towards his cap. Now at this point, I do remember I did manage to get the comms, but however there was a little bit too much banter, so I decided not to use the in-game comms. I know it's maybe sometimes a little bit better, but sometimes when the banter gets a little too crazy, especially when we're all in a Discord and, you know, enjoying ourselves, sometimes the banter is too much. So I didn't include it for that reason. There had been half this video would be bzzz, you know, so okay, maybe not half, but either way, I decided to commentate on this either way. So we're going to switch over to Putin's perspective now, who's on the completely other side of the map, which is typically in a division you don't want to do this, but in this case it ended up working quite well. And I do remember Putin saying, as I was about to mention, I remember him saying, you guys better win that flank. Add some extra words in there, and then you've got Putin for you. But he basically said we need to win that flank, and well, we've gotten, it looks like only have we even gotten a kill? It doesn't even look like, I guess that Cleveland is dead, it looks like, but for the most part we've kind of just haven't been able to frag anyone, and our team's already down 4 kills. So we're actually, instead of going to be pushing towards the enemies, we're going to be rotating back to try and help Putin. And Putin in this case is doing a very nice job of identifying that he is, well, the only person over here, but also identifying that he needs to be able to survive for as long as possible. So what does he do? He starts kiting immediately as soon as he realizes that this fight is not going to be tenable anymore. And so that means that he's been able to conserve most of his HP. He's still looking on 3/4, and for the most part he's relatively safe. Now, one nice thing about the Massachusetts is that it does have very nice secondaries. I don't quite know the range. I guess we'll find out here in a second. But that Bismarck will be entering his secondary range rather quickly. And what's a perfect way to get a farm a little bit more damage in an American battleship, i.e. the Massachusetts? Well, you slow down while people are charging you. And it looks like that Turpitz B on the enemy team did not want anything to do with Putin. But this Bismarck is going to try his luck. Certainly his luck will be tested. So it's a little bit hard to tell here. It looks like the Edinburgh is going forward, so Putin's going to hopefully aim correctly, and we'll see how those shells land. Looks decent. The initial shot was a little bit high, but let's see how this fares. So right here, I'm just going to let this kind of little clip come together and run for a little bit, so I'll see you guys in a second. And we're going to be switching back to my perspective now, as Puddin got a pretty nice hit, or he will get a pretty nice hit very shortly here. And so we've basically, there was 3 or 4 ships that were looking like pushing, and as soon as that Bismarck melted so quickly, I think the enemy team kind of reconsidered, and well, would you look at that, we turned around a full push. And so while we did not completely win our flank, we managed to push their attacking force away. So hopefully the rest of our team can kind of get some nice cross shots in. And at the moment, we've got a very nice angle on almost all their ships. You can see we're pretty much in their base at B3, it looks like, and then also basically we're at G7, I7. So we've got a pretty good amount of map control at the moment. Not a lot, but enough to at least punish their New Mexico. Very nice kill there by Puddin. This Colorado, for whatever reason, made the mistake of not going around the island, but going in front of it, and that is exactly the last thing you want to do against 3 very good players. And we'll see here, Puddin's going to smack this Colorado and say give him a welcome gift to Tier 8 matchmaking right here. And look at this. Let's watch these shells go in. The dispersion looks quite good, and it looks like they're all going to be falling right on that B turret or right under the citadel, but unfortunately we don't get any citadels. 21,000 though, very nice. And then me and Sneaky Snake, we're going to be spamming this Colorado into oblivion. Oddly enough, he ended up shooting me with high explosive there, but that's okay. I'm fully expecting him to go ahead and shoot me with AP here in a second. So the torp that Sneaky Snake did launch, it looks like it might clip him. Oh, just barely. It just barely flies right under, or what is it? Is it sails, or I guess sinks? I don't know. Swims? I guess does the torpedo swim, or I don't really know. But it goes right under that Colorado, and we were not able to kill that guy there, or Sneaky Snake wasn't able to kill him there, but it looks like he is in a very bad situation still. Certainly not looking good for him, and it's only a matter of time before he goes down. Now, so we did kind of bring this game back from a pretty gloomy start where we only had 1 of their ships killed. I guess I do get that kill there at the end. We only had 1 of their ships killed, but they had 4 of ours, and the HP pools did not look very good. But now that we've kind of countered their heavy push, and it looks like 3 or 4 ships have just fallen to us, we managed to kind of turn this around into a much better situation. Now, with a carrier in the game, it's not ideal, and I do notice that I'm still hard detected, so I'm thinking I need to pop my hydro here, and unfortunately for me, I'm not going to pop my hydro. I'm going to accidentally pop my smoke. This is not intentional. I don't know why I thought about that. Sometimes, like, I guess I've been playing too much tier 10 that a lot of times the middle mouse button that's on my hydro is actually for hydro, or I'm sorry, the F button is usually for hydro or something like that. So I think I might have accidentally hit that, and it was just a bad situation. So a bit of a misplay there. And like I said, this replay had some misplays here and there, but nonetheless, it's still a very good replay. So I end up using my last smoke very wastefully, but I'm still going to be using my hydro. And this Edinburgh, I don't know how he's getting spotted. I guess he's getting spotted by either our Dallas or Bismarck, it looks like. But I'm going to take full advantage of this and my ability to use the smoke that I fortunately popped for myself here. So I thought I would be able to citadel the Edinburgh, but he did manage to angle away. Pardon me. And yeah, so I'm going to switch to HE here and just burn him down. I managed to get a Confederate and high caliber in the process, which is very nice. And hopefully we can get him fragged relatively soon here. Although he's looking a little bit healthier than I expected, especially if he pops his heal pretty soon here. So my smoke is actually running out. Sneaky Snakes is fully alive, but unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to sit here. And there's that Cossack who already launched torps. He managed to get in pretty close, so those are probably going to reach. But then there's the Shiratsuyu torps that, oh boy, I think I'm going to be able to dodge this one. But with a cross torp, it is not likely for me to be living from this situation. I'm going to take one, I'm going to take two, and I'm not going to be dead. Very, very lucky there that the Cossacks torps did not end up slapping me, and I don't know how much more luck I could have gotten. Certainly I probably should have gotten a lottery ticket after that game, because my luck is just soaring through the roof. Switching to Sneaky's perspective here, though, he's going to be taking on this Tirpitz B, and it looks like his smoke just finished. Oddly enough, I think he's going to be okay. The Tirpitz B is not going to be looking at him. It looks like Puddin's shells are coming in here to do some pretty hefty damage, and it's just a matter of time before this guy goes down. And I'm actually going to take safety behind the island. And as I mentioned, kind of my mental thought process is, one, I could have, and you kind of saw it before I switched to Sneaky's side of things. I was thinking about torping him and basically just YOLing my ship. And then I looked at the scoreboard, I kind of calmed myself, and I thought, well, you know, this game is still very, very close. It's a 4v4. They have a carrier, though, which could turn the tides, and it looks like the Dallas is going to go down, which he does. So now it's a 3v4 with a carrier on the enemy team, and that's never a good situation to be in. So with that being said, I'm glad I didn't YOLO that Tirpitz B, and he, for whatever reason, get a few nice pens, or just, I think a pen would have actually killed me. I believe I'm on like 4,200-ish HP, so even just a pen and an overpen certainly would have killed me. So I'm glad I didn't YOLO around that corner at that Tirpitz B and take any more unnecessary damage. And even so, even without YOLOing, and even so I took cover from that guy, I'm still very, very close to being dead, especially for this Edinburgh, and even the destroyers, if they've got enough HP, could probably gun me down. So Sneaky's going to use his last smoke here, but Puddin actually puts a few shells right through his booty, and we managed to get Puddin managed to get that kill. Now it's turned into a 3v3, but again, like I said, there's still a carrier in the game, and fortunately for me, I'm going to get some safety from the planes and from other ships using that smoke. And if anyone's going to die here, it's going to be me. I want to also notice one more thing, is that if everything holds on, no one dies, it's going to be a draw. And actually, depending on how quickly the server updates, I guess, it actually looks like the enemy team might win. It does appear, at least to my eyes, that it looks like the enemy team is ticking slightly faster, just a little bit faster than we are. And when I'm on 5,200 HP and these dive bombers are coming in, I don't have defensive fire. I'm obviously praying to RNG at the moment, and these torpedo bombs are coming in. I'm trying to focus them. I'm left clicking as fast as possible, and this is probably the worst case scenario right here, where actually it was a very nice play by that carrier to come in with the dive bombers, or come in with the torpedo bombers and then drop the dive bombers simultaneously. Fortunately though for me, he did not land any torpedoes or any bomb hits, so again, rather lucky there. And I do manage to get that frag on that, I believe it was the Cossack. So we are fortunately ahead in points, and as long as I don't die to this Shiratsuyu, I'm going to be fine. However, Sneaky Snake gets him spotted, and with that one salvo, we managed to clutch it back. Alright, boys and girls, so we're going to take a look at Sneaky's post-meta results here. 85,000 damage, 3 ships killed, and a very nice game there. He actually did quite a bit of spotting, as you can see by those spotting ribbons, but no torpedo hits, so I guess even without being a torp boat, the Cossack is actually quite a good gunboat, oddly enough. Team score wise, I managed to top the leaderboard at 2,285 base XP, probably because of the 15 planes shot down. But I did do a good amount of damage as well. Put managed 2 kills, 7 planes as well for 1521, and then 1431 for Sneaky Snake. Obviously, being a standard battle, the there's not a lot of caps to get on and that sort of thing. So a bit more tough for Sneaky Snake getting those that base XP up. Nonetheless, Sneaky managed to do 60,000 in main battery and then 24,000 in fires. And well, this battle went the full duration, and it was actually a very nice replay for Sneaky because he took a lot of damage early on, and then he pretty much took no damage throughout the rest of the replay. So within the first 5 minutes, he's down to a third of his health, but he managed to keep that throughout. And that's something that if you really want to get good at World of Warships, that's one of the things that you need to be good at, is dealing with bad starts to games. And so that was a very nice replay in that respect. And a decent amount of credits, a tier 8 premium British destroyer, still making a very, very nice amount of credits in XP. Puddin's replay, he's got a Confederate, 2 ships killed, like I said, 125,000 damage, and look at that, 151 secondary shell hits, and that very, very nice. And it's always nice to see Puddin getting in and enjoying his brawls a little bit here and there. So, Puddin's, let's see, Puddin's detailed report. So, not even close to where I know he loves doing that, but a lot of potential damage, nearly 2 million potential damage for Puddin there. Secondary battery hits 33,000, wow, that's quite impressive. And then the nearly 80,000 damage with armor piercing fired out of his gun. So very, very nice replay there. And the Massachusetts still makes a good amount of credits with a premium account, and yeah, very, very nice replay overall there. All right, looking at my replay, wow, I really, I don't want to say I carried this, but, well, I guess I carried this. 1 million credits, 13,000 XP, Confederate high caliber, 166,000 damage, 300 shell hits, 15 planes, as I said, and 2 ships killed as well, with 13 fires. Team score-wise, as I said, 2285. And then look at my damage distribution. I was pretty close to where they were actually, 3/4 of the way there. Nonetheless, though, I got a little lucky, I must say. I did get a little lucky between the torps, between the dive bombers, and that sort of thing. So I would say I was a little bit lucky this game. Nonetheless, I just really did enjoy this replay, and it was pretty exciting throughout. And wow, even after, I guess this is with a World of Warships premium account, so you guys also have to keep that in mind. But boy, does it really pay off. 1 million credits from a tier 8 game, and this wasn't even like scaled or anything. It wasn't like scaled to tier 10 or anything like that, where there's a little bit more damage to farm, but still, nonetheless, it was still a great credit earning potential. And man, do I love the Kutuzov. I hope you guys enjoyed this teamwork video. I know it was a little bit different. I guess not really, but I tried to add a little bit of spice in the replay. So hope you guys did enjoy that. If you did, leave a like, and if you didn't, leave a dislike, but let us know why. And even if you got something else to say, feel free to comment down below. And don't forget also, there is a poll going on for a couple more days on what you guys want to see us play for the last week of the month. So be sure to go vote. I guess what nation, I should specify that. What nation you guys want to see us play the last week of the month. So be sure to go like those different comments. So without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later.